Welcome in, Lemurs fans. James Nasser and Warren Shore here with you for some more Lemurs baseball. We're in the month of August now, and so that means the home stretch here as the Lemurs make their final push for the playoffs. We've got a month left. Well, a month from tomorrow is the last game of the season on September 5th. So really basically a month left of the season, and the Lemurs, well, they'll be trying to make that playoff push. Right now, the Lemurs, well, they sit 6.5 games out of the division, so still a little bit of a ways out there, but they're right there in the thick of things in the wild card race. So that really the race will focus on, at least at the onset, to make sure the Lemurs get in as the wild card. And if they can win the division, then that's always nice too. Right now, the Lemurs with a record of 37-32 after the break. They trail those Wichita Wingnuts there in the South Division by 6.5 games. Wingnuts 43-25. Tonight's opponents, the Joplin Blasters, they're last place in the South, but they're only a half game behind the Texas Airhogs. The Blasters 24-44, the Airhogs 25-44, but they are well out of the division race as the Airhogs 18.5 games and Joplin 19 games out of first place. So let's take a look around the rest of the league. You have Lincoln leading the Central in a close race there, the closest race of any division. Lincoln with a 2.5 game lead over the Gary South Shore Railcats. Lincoln right now 39-29. Gary 37-32. And still in that race a little bit there, 5.5 games out, is Sioux City. The Explorers 34-35 on the season at the moment. Kansas City sitting in last place at 29-39. In the North, it's still being led by St. Paul. They have a comfortable 8-game lead over the Winnipeg Goldeyes, who have been playing well lately. In fact, they've won 4 straight, and 7 of their last 10 the Goldeyes have. But they're still 8 games out, as St. Paul has a 47-22 record, and Winnipeg that 38-29 record. Fargo with a 34-35 record in third place, and in last place, worst record in the league, the Sioux Falls Canaries at 24-45. That wild card I was talking about, well, the Lemurs are out of it by 2 games at the moment, as they are tied with the Gary South Shore Railcats. Both the Railcats and Lemurs 37-32. Those Winnipeg Goldeyes 38-29. And like I said, they've won 4 straight games. The Lemurs right now 5-5 in their last 10 ball games, tied there with Gary. You have Fargo and Sioux City not out of it yet. They sit just 5 games back in the wild card. So a lot to look forward to here in the final month of the season, as you have a hot wild card race, and then you have really a tight central race as well, and whoever doesn't win the central's right there in the wild card, whether it's Lincoln, Gary, or Sioux City. As we get ready for first pitch here for the first of these 4 games. That's right, 4 games against the Joplin Blasters. The Lemurs, well, they'll be starting tonight. Gabe Perez on the mound. Tomorrow, Troy Marks, followed by Barrett Laux and Ryan Beckman. As the Joplin Blasters tonight, well, they've got left-hander Luis Gonzalez, tomorrow a righty in Santos Arias, lefty Wander Perez, and right-hander Victor Ramirez the rest of the way through the series in this 4-gamer here in Laredo. After these 4 games, we'll be back on the road again for another week or so as the Lemurs continue on this 2016 season. Well, when we come back, we'll take a look around the rest of the league, some scores. There was 1 game yesterday, and then some of the scores around the league today as we all start fresh and anew here after the All-Star break in the American Association.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts: personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries. Which led to, there's got to be a better way to look up words. Which led to the invention of spell check. Which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
All right, welcome back to the Laredo Lemurs pregame show. And hey, Warren, it's been a while. Haven't heard your voice for a little while on air here.
Yeah, it's been like a couple weeks. It's been a while.
You left me hanging last homestand. Had to do all the games myself.
Yeah. Well, I apologize, but that's sometimes how it happens.
What's going on in the rest of the league?
All right.
Yesterday and today.
So last night was a makeup game between the Sioux Falls, the Canaries, picked up their 24th win and now have the same number of wins as Joplin, tied for worst in the American Association. They defeated the Sioux City Explorers 6-4. Sean Blackwell got the win. The losing pitcher, P.J. Francesson, and the save went to Billy Waltrip. Tonight, full slate of games. Wichita travels to Lincoln. They're actually in a rain delay in Lincoln. Kansas City T-Bones will head on the road and face the Sioux City Explorers. Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks will travel up to St. Paul Saints. The Texas Air Hogs starting a far road trip as they will play in Sioux Falls at 7:05, and then at 7:10, Winnipeg will head to Gary to face the South Shore Railcats. So all of those last 5 games I mentioned are 7:05. First pitch is the 6:35 between Wichita and Lincoln in Lincoln under a rain delay. So that's a look around the American Association scoreboard. We'll have starting lineups and national anthem when we come back on the Laredo Lemurs pregame show.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
All right, welcome back, Lemurs fans. Take a look at your starting lineups here. First for the Joplin Blasters as they meet at home plate. Managers out there, Gabe Suarez and Pete Incaviglia, with the umpires shaking hands, exchanging lineups. The Blasters will be led off by second baseman Mitch Glasser. He'll be followed by first baseman Geraldo Valentin batting second. Edwin Gomez is the DH batting third. Brandon Tierney is the cleanup hitter batting playing third base. The catcher tonight is Hermindo Escobar. He's the catcher. Batting sixth, Mark Kruger in right field. Batting seventh, Casey Huth in center field. In left field, it's Sean Smith. And batting ninth at shortstop, Alex Polston. Again, it's Glasser, Valentin, Gomez, Tierney, Escobar, Kruger, Huth, Smith, and Polston, with lefty Luis Gonzalez on the mound. For your Lemurs, they'll be led off by Drew Martinez in center field, followed by Leandro Castro in left field. Ty Morrison's the DH tonight, batting in the 3 spot. Dennis Phipps bats fourth. He's playing right field. At catcher, it's Zane Chavez batting fifth. In the 6th spot, it's second baseman J.D. Pulfer. Cesar Valera is at third base, batting 7th. Alvaro Rondon is batting 8th at short, and batting 9th, first baseman Jesus Pozo. Again, it's Martinez, Castro, Morrison, Phipps, Chavez, Pulfer, Valera, Rondon, and Pozo, with right-hander Gabe Perez making his first start as a Lemur. Perez has previously pitched out of the bullpen one outing, and tonight, well, it'll be his first outing here as a starting pitcher for the Lemurs. Your umpires this evening, you have Roventi Augusta at third base, Nick McFarland at first, and Matt Herrera behind the plate tonight as your umpiring crew. So they'll be rotating around for these next 4 games before we head out on the road for our next road trip. When we come back, we'll hopefully have the national anthem here in a few moments, as it's already 7:04 here at the ballpark, and we have a 7:05 scheduled first pitch. So national anthem when we come back.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
shredded cheddar cheese,
the creamy sauce,
creamy steak sauce.
My personal.
Love it. You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
shredded cheddar cheese,
the creamy sauce,
creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it. You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
All right, players on the field. Looks like it's time for our national anthem here at the ballpark.
Everyone, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rush stripes and bright stars crown the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran down the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
It's now time for the two most famous words in all of sports. Play ball!
All right, play ball, national anthem. Let's go. Gabe Perez on the mound for the Lemurs, making his first start of the season and his first start in a Lemurs uniform. He had some visa issues, but those got cleared up, and he was finally able to join the team. Spent most of the season on the inactive list, but now that he's here, he's out doing his thing on the mound. Around him for the Lemurs, well, you have Zane Chavez catching at third base, Cesar Valera, Rondon is at short, Pulfer at second, and Poso at first. The outfield left to right, it's Castro, Martinez, and Phipps. So making his first start of this season, Gabe Perez. So far this year, he's only appeared in one game, and that was in relief. And, well, he gave up 2 runs on 4 hits in an inning and 2/3. In fact, gave up 3 doubles out of his 4 hits. So a rough outing against Wichita there on July 30th. But I know he's been working ever since he got with the team, kind of has to catch up. He's sort of still at the beginning of the season, whereas everyone else has been playing for 2-3 months now, and so he's kind of has some catch-up work to do, but I'm sure he's been able to do that here with the All-Star break for 3 days and getting some work in even before that, since joining the Lemurs here a couple of weeks ago when he got to Laredo. Last season, Perez pitched in the Can-Am League with the New Jersey Jackals, and, well, he was pretty dominant there in the Can-Am League, as he was 8-4 with a 2.90 ERA in 18 appearances, all starts, through 108 and 2/3 innings. In those 18 starts combined, he had a total of 109 strikeouts to 41 walks, and his strikeout per 9 inning ratio was an even 9, so he averages a strikeout per inning on the mound as a starter. Originally signed with the Angels organization out of the Dominican Republic, first started playing in their system at the age of 18 in the Dominican Summer League, eventually got into rookie ball in 2012 at the age of 21 before being released by the Angels after playing a year with the Orem Owls, but went into the Can-Am League, played a little bit with New Jersey in 2014, didn't play anywhere in 2013 as he was released due to an arm injury, and then the Diamondbacks picked him up for the rest of the 2014 season, but then was back in New Jersey in a Jackals uniform last year. Leading off the ball game, Mitch Glasser, the second baseman for the Joplin Blasters, and I'm sure if you've been following the Lemurs all year long, you recognize Glasser as a guy who we've seen before, but there aren't many Joplin Blasters who you will recognize. First pitch to Glasser, a called strike at 7:11 p.m. So the count 0-1 to Glasser, who's batting .319 with 2 home runs and 37 runs batted in. Perez with the 0-1 pitch, and it'll hit Glasser in the back. He'll toss the bat aside and head on down to first. So second pitch of the ball game hits Glasser, and Geraldo Valentin to the plate. Valentin, one of the best hitters on the team. In fact, Valentin in the top 10 in the league in batting average. He currently sits in the 5th spot, batting .333 this season. He has 10 home runs and 47 runs batted in. That .333 average, he's sandwiched between Keruri de la Cruz and Rene Leverett. First pitch to Valentin, a called strike. 0-1, runner on first, no outs here in the top of the first inning to start off the ball game. So Perez out there on the mound. Like I said, his first start for the Lemurs. He chose the black jerseys today. The gold lettering says Lemurs across the chest, white pants. Perez throws over to first as the Lemurs and Blasters have similar color patterns. You have the Blasters wearing a gold and a black as well. They have gold jerseys with black sleeves. I actually think it's a vest, and they have a little bit of the black undershirt. Gray pants as well. It says Blasters across the chest. And the pitch taken for a ball in the count, 1-1. A lot of these guys in this Blasters team, well, they have changed since we last saw them about a month or so ago. They've made a bunch of trades, brought in different guys, released other guys, pitch fouled off. And the count now 1-2. Glasser and Valentin, two of the ones that have stuck around. I think they had Edwin Gomez last time we played them, but up in Joplin. But he was still relatively new then. But most of the others, really everyone else, after these first 3 batters, we have not seen, at least not seen in a Blasters uniform. Throw over to first and just barely back in time is Glasser. Nice move there by the pitcher Gabe Perez. And I say that because the cleanup hitter is Brandon Tierney, and, well, Tierney we've seen before, just not in a Blasters uniform. Another throw to first, again back in time. Is the runner, Glasser, who was hit by a pitch to reach here in the top of the first. Perez delivers, and the 1-2 pitch weakly fouled off down towards the first base dugout, and will roll on to the edge where one of the players in the Lemurs dugout will grab it. Count still 1-2 to Valentin. Valentin, really the best hitter on the team right now that's left. He's 3rd in the league in hits, overall in hits, with 89 hits. Valentin will swing and foul it away. The count stays, again, 1-2. But a veteran hitter in this league, I'm actually kind of surprised he's one of the guys that is still around. I thought he would be some pretty big trade bait for some teams, the way he performs at the plate. And can actually play a few different positions. At least I've seen him play some different positions. Playing first base now for the Blasters. He has played some outfield and some second, I think, this year for him. 1-2 the count. On the pitch, faking the steal was Glasser, and the pitch just missing inside. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. But they traded away Willie Cabrera up to Winnipeg. That was one trade, really the biggest one as far as what they gave up. There's a swing and a fly ball into left field shallow. Castro's coming in, will reach up as the ball almost sailed over him and made the catch at the last second. Well, he came in really quickly, and that ball, I think, had a little more carry to it than he might have initially thought, but he still makes the play, and there's 1 out in the inning. I think it had a little more carry to it than I thought it was going to have, too. Wind blowing out to left as per the norm here in Laredo. Lemurs coming into tonight have played 69 games, so just 31 games left, so basically a month of games. They have just 1 more off day the rest of the season. Sorry, actually 2 more off days the rest of the season. And the pitch taken for a ball, the batter Edwin Gomez at the plate. Gomez, a lefty. Actually a switch hitter, the only switch hitter on the roster. Gomez, the DH tonight for the Blasters, hitting .261 with a couple of home runs and 7 runs batted in. Lines one through the right side out of the reach of Pulfer. and into right field, where Phipps will field it. Glasser goes from first to second, so just up station to station, and it's a single for Gomez here in the first. Runners on first and second, and Brandon Tierney to the plate. Tierney, who started the year with the Kansas City T-Bones, was part of a trade with Josh Hodges, where Hodges went from Joplin to Kansas City, and Kansas City sent Tierney to Joplin. Overall in the year, Tierney hitting .295 between both Kansas City and Joplin, with 3 home runs and 31 runs batted in, but with Joplin hitting .244 with 2 homers and 16 runs batted in. He's played 24 of his 67 games overall with the Blasters, so a little bit under half.
You mentioned only 2 off days, and it kind of breaks down into 2 14-game chunks broke into the middle of a 3-game series. So you have tonight, the next off day is August 18th. They play 14 games in a row.
The 0-1 pitch to Tierney taken.
And then 3 games in a row, 3-game series against Joplin at home.
And Glasser now at first base, deciding to not steal. And in the division, sit 6.5 games out. But one thing, though, that the Lemurs have in their favor right now is that they have the easiest record, or the easiest schedule based on just record-wise of anyone else in the league for the rest of the way through the season. The entire month of August, all 3 teams, we only play 3 different teams, and they all have losing records. 1-2 pitch, swinging a soft grounder down towards third. Valera is going to scoop it up, throw to second for 1. The relay to first is not in time. And as the runner from third, Mitch Glasser, will score on a fielder's choice. Off the bat of Brandon Tierney, he'll get himself an RBI, and it's now a 1-0 ball game. The Blasters leading the Lemurs. I'm going to bring up Hermindu Escobar, one of those players who we haven't seen yet in a Blasters uniform or in any uniform, as he just came over from Cuba. Played some in the Cuban National Series. Pitch taken for a ball high, 1-0. But Escobar, right now, he's only played in 6 games for the Blasters, but he's hitting .333. No home runs and 3 runs batted in so far on the year. Pitch swung on and fouled off. And the count now 1-1. So making his American baseball debut here this season. And he's just 6 games into it. 25 years of age, out of Cuba. 1-1 pitch. Escobar with a swing and a miss. Count 1-2. Played in the Cuban National Series from 2011 through 2015 with Camagüey. Last year hit .278 in 34 games. He swings and hits one into the air, shallow right, coming in as Phipps. He'll make the catch on the run, and that'll end the inning. But a run does score for the Blasters as they strike first. It's 1-0. Lemurs trailing the Blasters. We go to the bottom of the first next.
Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Left-handed Luis Gonzalez getting warm on the mound for the Joplin Blasters here tonight as we get set for the bottom of the first here in Laredo. Gonzalez, the 33-year-old. And no, not the Luis Gonzalez that used to play for the Arizona Diamondbacks, a different one. This guy's a pitcher. He was actually drafted by the Dodgers, 11th round in 2001, out of Florida Air Academy High School in Melbourne, Florida. Played a long time. That was at the age of 18 when he started his pro career back in 2001. Spent last season, actually hasn't really played a full season in quite a while, as he was playing in the Puerto Rican Winter Leagues over the last few years. First batter of the inning for the Lemurs, Drew Martinez, leading things off. He takes a strike, 0-1. It'll be Martinez, Castro, and Morrison, your first three hitters for the Lemurs. Martinez batting .309, no home runs, 29 runs batted in. Defensively for the Blasters, Gonzalez on the mound. Escobar behind the plate, 0-1 pitch to Martinez. Swung on, grounded right side towards the hole. Glasser's over there, though. He'll throw over to first after fielding it on the hop, and there's one away. Tierney's at third, Polston's at short, Glasser, the aforementioned, is at second, and Valentine's at first. The outfield, Smith, Huth, and Kruger are the outfielders left to right. And Leandro Castro to the plate for the Lemurs, hitting .335 with 9 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Batting in the 2 spot tonight, playing left field. As I was saying with Gonzalez, pitched in the Puerto Rican Winter Leagues the last few years. Last played in a full season team. It was in Japan, the Japan Central League in 2011, but only pitched a couple of games. He also pitched the Atlantic League for a couple of games in 2011 as well. First pitch taken for a ball by Castro, and the count 1-0. The pitch taken, and again, it's but this time called a strike, 1-1. He last pitched an affiliated ball in 2008 at AA Tulsa in the Colorado Rockies organization. After ending his time in the Dodgers system, he did play some AAA ball a little bit. A total of 3 seasons at AAA in the Dodgers system. 2 balls and 1 strike, now the count to Castro. And the pitch from Gonzalez swung on and fouled off the screen. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Castro at the plate. Not one of those 7 All-Stars for the Lemurs, though certainly has some pretty solid numbers, that's for sure. A few of the Lemurs, like I mentioned, 7 All-Stars, went up to St. Paul this past few days. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Castro strikes out swinging, and there's out number 2. While the others got to just kind of rest, relax, and get some work in. A little practice, a little work, but not having to play games and get refreshed for this last month of the season. And as the Lemurs make their playoff push, Ty Morrison to the plate, batting .295, 4 home runs, 33 runs batted in for the left-handed hitting outfielder for the Lemurs. The first pitch to Morrison is taken for a strike, 0-1. Trying to see if I can get a little clearer of a picture here for you. Looks a little better. 0-1 the count to Morrison, and the pitch from Gonzalez taken just outside, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Blasters have come here all the way from Joplin, Missouri. They have to hang out there a little bit for their All-Star break. Of course, They had to travel. The 2-1 or the 2-1-1 misses low, and the count 2-1. 2-1 pitch inside. Count 3 balls and a strike. And well, the deal tonight is, if you're in the area and you see us either on the Facebook Live or watching on YouTube, listening on our app, come on out. 12 wings. 12 wings, 6 beers, $15. So come on out, enjoy you some wings, some beer, and some baseball. As Morrison draws the walk on the 3-1 pitch. Dennis Phipps to the plate. Right-handed hitter. Was one of those all-stars that actually participated in the home run derby. Hitting .275 with 13 home runs, 43 runs batted in. He didn't win the home run derby, but he wasn't the worst either. Pitch to Phipps taken in the dirt. He hit 2 home runs in the derby, which was tied with Alonzo Harris of the Saints. You want to know the count to Phipps. A runner on first, 2 outs in the inning. But he also did better than right now the league leader in home runs. Pitch taken for a strike, and the count 1-1. Yeah, Burt Reynolds of the Air Hogs, who right now has 21 home runs, 5 ahead of second place Josh Mazzola. Well, Reynolds hit 0 home runs in the derby. 1-1 pitch taken high, and the count 2 balls and a strike. In fact, the derby was won by someone not even in the top 5 in home runs. Kurt Smith won the home run derby there at the All-Star game up in St. Paul, Minnesota, and Phipps swings and laces one to right field. Hit that well, running back and making the catch just short of the warning track as Kruger. That'll end the inning, but Phipps gave that one a ride to right field, and he looked out at it afterwards and just can't believe that ball, 1, I think, stayed in the yard, and 2 was even caught. We go to the top of the second. Lemurs trailing 1-0 to the Blasters.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision
Mark Kruger to the plate. Right fielder for the Joplin Blasters as he leads off the second inning. Lemurs trailing 1-0 to the Blasters. Joplin getting a run there in the top of the first. After Mitch Glasser was hit by a pitch to lead off the game, he ended up coming around to score thanks to his stolen bag of third base. Here comes the first pitch to Kruger. He takes for a strike. For a ball low. Thought he found the zone there. Kruger batting .288 right now with a home run and 14 runs batted in for the Blasters. And the pitch, Kruger swings, fouls it up off the screen, and the count 1-1. He's played in a total of 21 games as Kruger this season, 19 starts. And yeah, if you look across the roster and the games played, you have Glasser with 62, Valentin with 66, Brendan Tierney with 67 total, pitch fouled away, but only 24 of them with Joplin. And that's it. Everyone else is in the 20s. Edwin Gomez, 26, is one of the next highest. And Casey Huth, also with 26. So 3 guys with 60-something games, swinging a grounder towards the first base dugout, and Luis Poirena tries to catch it with his hat. Bounces away from him, though. Count stays 1-2 to Kruger. But, yeah, that's a relatively new team. And, well, since we haven't played Joplin since June, since the end of June, the last 3 days of June, pitch fouled off the catcher, and the count still 1-2. It's been a solid whole month since we've last seen them. So that's why I mean a lot of these players, they'll be new to you and to me. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Kruger. First time seeing him. Perez winds and kicks the 1-2 pitch just a little low. The count evens up 2-2. Kruger, in his first season of pro baseball, a rookie, was a first-team all-WAC selection. Pitch down and in, 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count to the man leading off the second inning, Mark Kruger, at Utah Valley, UVU, Utah Valley University. And he's already had 1 5-for-5 game with 3 RBIs a couple of weeks ago. Pitch swung on, hit high in the air, left field, but Castro plenty of time to get under it and will make the catch, and there's 1 away. UVU, actually a D1 school, at least in baseball, small school there in Utah. In the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference. Casey Huth to the plate. Huth right now, .289 hitter, a home run, 14 runs batted in. First pitch from Perez taken high.
Now batting for the Blasterds is center fielder number 4, Casey Huth.
Well, he's number 4 is in the game. There's a swing and a line drive. 4 on their roster is not Huth, but he lines one into right field. The ball rolls under the gate there. It'll be a ground rule double, and he was on his way to third. Would have been a triple probably if that ball hadn't rolled under the gate, but we've seen that a few times now where the ball, you hit it down that right field corner, rolls into the gate, and really helps the Lemurs.
Next up for the Blasters, the left fielder number 1, Sean Smith.
Sean Smith to the plate. So Huth, who's listed at number 17 on the roster, wearing number 4 today, I guess. Switching things up jersey-wise. Pitch to Smith, taken inside after the ground rule double by Casey Huth. 1-0. Pitch taken for a strike, and the count 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count to Smith, who's hitting .275 with a home run and 6 runs batted in. Huth getting a lead at second. Have confirmation that it is actually Huth. There's a swing and a pop up on the infield. Calling for it is Rondon. Now he's going to have to come in at the last second as the wind battling with Rondon for that baseball, and Rondon will make the catch there on the infield, and that's out number 2. Which will bring up Alex Polston to the plate. Polston batting .205 with a home run and 2 runs batted in. He's played in 23 games for the Blasters so far. The pitch to Polston, taken for a strike, 0-1. Blasters also, a lot of these players they've recently brought in, a lot of them are rookies. Just out of college, or maybe played a little bit of independent ball last year, or maybe some affiliated ball before getting released. But they found their way to the Blasters here this season. 0-1 pitch, taken for another strike in the count, 0-2. They have 13 rookies by my quick count on their active roster, plus 2 on the inactive and 1 disabled. Pitch taken for a ball on the count, 1-2. 2 outs in the inning, runner at second. That's Huth. He hit a ground rule double. With 1 out in the inning, he's still there with Polston at the plate. Lemurs trailing 1-0 right now to the Blasters. The young Blasters team, and the pitch from Perez, the 1-2 delivery, high. A little bit outside, and the count 2-2. It evens up. Yeah, just a really young team, and really since they've started making those changes in the last 20 games or so, they've been playing pretty well. Sitting around the 500 mark since trading away Willie Cabrera. 2-2 pitch, swung on, popped up foul. Back behind home plate, he'll get over the screen. They've been pretty good in talking with their broadcaster before the game. He said they were something around 10-10 then since that trade, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. You trade your best player and you still end up going 10-10, which was better than what they had been doing before the trade. A lot better, wins and losses wise. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Polston, and the pitch taken down and away, 3-2, the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runner on second, 2 outs in the inning. 1-0 the score, Lemurs trailing the Blasters. Huth getting a lead over at second base as Perez tries to put away Polston, the 9th batter of the order, and end the inning. Comes to a set, looks back at second, and the pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. He does put away Polston, his first strikeout of the game, and we go on to the second inning. Lemurs trailing the Blasters 1-0.
Repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll.
Coins and 6 beers, only $15. As a concession stand on the first base side or in the field. Zane
Chavez will lead off the inning for the Lemurs. It'll be Chavez, Pulver, and Valera. Chavez, one of those 7 who went up to St. Paul for the All-Star game for the Lemurs. South Division, though, did lose the All-Star game. It was not a great day for the Lemurs there in that game, but it is what it is. First pitch to Chavez, taken for a strike, 0-1. Game was played on Tuesday. Chavez hitting .259 with 5 home runs and 28 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch taken outside. A ball and a strike. Pitch swung on and hit into the air. Foul to the left side and out of play. 1-2. Yeah, the final in the All-Star game, 6-1 in favor of the North over the South. Lemurs right-hander Ryan Beckman got the start, and he took the loss. Gave up a couple of runs. Actually, 3 runs in the ball game over an inning of work. There's a swing and a line drive into left field, and it'll get over the head of Smith out and left. It'll roll to the wall, and Chavez has himself a double. Leadoff double for the Lemurs, and they're in business. Boy, that almost happened last inning with Phipps's hit. Kruger played it a little bit better out in right field than Smith did out in left field, and Smith really didn't have much of a shot. Chavez drove that ball the other way. And J.D. Pulver to the plate. Chavez actually got a couple of at-bats, was the backup catcher, as a called strike to Pulver in the All-Star game, but went 0 for 2. Pulver right now batting .262, 7 homers, 45 runs batted in. Dennis Phipps actually had himself a pretty nice All-Star game, went 2 for 4 in the game. The pitch swung on and hit into the air into center field, running back, and now coming up, stopping, making the catch is Huth out in center. He's going to throw to third. It's well wide, and Chavez will advance on the fly ball to center field. Pulver got a lot of it, just not quite enough, and hit it to the wrong part of the ballpark. Center field, a little bit even right of center. It's not the place you want to hit a fly ball here in Laredo. Ball just dies. Cesar Valera to the plate. Lemurs third baseman hitting .278 with 4 homers and 27 runs batted in. And Valera digging in with a runner at third base for the Lemurs. Laredo trailing Joplin right now 1-0, so there's a chance to tie the game up. First pitch to Valera taken outside, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Big opportunity for Valera. On deck, Alvaro Rondon. And the pitch from Gonzalez, a called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Lefty pitcher, righty hitter. Gonzalez, who's wearing a red glove today out on the mound. From the stretch, kicks and fires the 1-1. Valera fouls it back to the screen. And the count 1-2. I think it tipped off a little bit of the catcher's mask there. Escobar, he was nodding afterwards as if to say, tell his pitcher that was a good pitch. He liked it. One and 2 the count, and the pitch to Valera swung on, grounded back towards the middle. The second baseman Glasser's going to go to first with it, and Chavez was moving on contact, scores. Game tied, 1-1. So a 4-3 putout of Valera brings a run in, give him an RBI. And the Lemurs and Blasters are tied at 1. Alvaro Rondon to the plate. And the first pitch to him taken out on the outside corner for a strike. Late call. Rondon will step out of the box after the strike was called. 0-1. Gonzalez with the 0-1 delivery. Rondon's going to take another strike. And it's now an 0-2 count. So game tied 1-1, Lemurs and Blasters. And the pitch to Rondon, swing and a miss. There's strike 3. And that'll end the inning, but the Lemurs get a run back, or the run back, and they tie it up. We go to the top of the third. Laredo and Joplin tied 1-1.
Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Top of the third, Lemurs and Blasters tied at 1. It's the third inning here at Uni-Trade Stadium, so that means Warren Shores to the mic for the play-by-play.
Thanks, James. Good to be back doing baseball. Definitely change of pace from the soccer that I was doing last week at the USU Soccer National Championships. But the first top of the 3 hitters up for the Blasters. Mitch Glasser leading off. He was hit by a pitch, squared a bunt, pulled back, called strike 1. Glasser hit by a pitch, came around to score, also had a stolen base, stole third. He got the Blasters on the board. And that pitch misses down low. 1-1. The Vuvuzela has been going since pitch number 1 from Gabe Perez. And you got to wonder when he's going to be kicked out of the stadium. The 1-1 misses inside. 2-1 the count. Remember, James, when there was that air horn here the other about a month and a half ago, they got kicked out.
It was a whistle.
Or a whistle, yeah, the 2-1. That misses outside. 3-1 the count to Glasser. And this guy's got the vuvuzela. You can see who it is. It's not hard to see him. Or it was the gentleman just behind home plate. 3-1 called strike, so that will make it full. 3-2 the count to Glasser, leading off the third inning. We haven't heard of the last couple batters. He's got to pick and choose his spots. He can't do it every pitch like he was doing in the first inning. And the full count pitch fouled off the top of the screen.
We get tired. Those are a little bit harder to work than a whistle is.
Yeah, you got to be able to get those lips in the right position on the vuvuzela.
Fill those lungs.
Yes. And now the 3-2. Just missed outside. Looked good from up here. That'll be a leadoff walk issued to Glasser.
That whistle, though, one of the funniest things
that was.
this year.
Yes. It was funny, and it was because it was so unexpected. Who brings a whistle to a baseball game to distract someone from hitting? That was hilarious. And he wasn't doing it right when it got there. It was almost distracting the pitcher as Geraldo Valentin stepping up to the plate. And the sounds of the vuvuzela. That's a called strike. Maybe they should blow the vuvuzela when Perez is pitching. He threw in a strike there. Valentin tied for fifth, or is fifth in the American Association in average at .333. So he gets a hit a third of the times he comes up to the plate. And he soft liner into center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So I would assume if we go by his average, the next at bat, he will get out if he wants to live up to the 150. Boy, we got a lot of noisemakers in the crowd tonight. Got one of those crank things. I think they're right below us too. And now Edwin Gomez is up. Gomez singled in the first inning. Then was cut down at second on the force out by Brandon Tierney. Perez runners on second and first and second. Bunt. Valera bare hand play, sidearm throw. No one was covering over there, and that one will roll out of play. And that is going to score a run. Valera, bare hand play, just threw it, and no one was at first base. Pulfer was late to get over there, and Poso came coming in. Maybe some miscommunication, but that will be. Maybe we'll get a replay. It's 2-1 Blasters. Blasters scored both times. Maybe we'll get a replay. Don't know. They ruled that an error. That'd be an error on Valera, I think. But Valentin moves up to third on the ball going out of play. Gomez up to second on the sac bunt. The sac bunt gone awry for the Lemurs. It was a nice bare hand play by Valera, and the throw was on the money, just no one was standing at first base. And now Brandon Tierney will step up, swung on and missed at that first pitch ahead of the off-speed pitch. He grounded into a fielder's choice. That brought in a run, so runners on second and third, nobody out. Blasters already have one across the board. And the 0-1 pitch to Tierney, that is a soft liner into left field. That's going to score one. Moving up to third is Gomez. He gets the stop sign, and Brandon Tierney has himself an RBI single. And the Blasters lead 3-1. And they'll have runners on the corners. They're going to have to find a way to get out of this one. Runners on the corners. They would definitely trade the 2 outs for the run if Hermindo Escobar can ground into a little GIDP here. They definitely take it. Fouls the first pitch off back to the screen. Escobar grounded out to Pulfer at second to end the first inning. Now Perez working out of the stretch. The 0-1 called strike, so 0-2 the count. Jesus Poso at first has broken out the neon pink shooter sleeve. Hard to miss him. For there at first base, holding on the runner, Tierney. Blasters already have plated 2 this inning. Lead now 3-1. The Lemurs tied it up in the bottom half of the second. 0-2 bounced in. Nice stop there by Chavez. 1-2 the count. So the Blasters get some response runs. And the Perez 1-2 hit Escobar on the right arm, and that will load the bases up. So Tierney up to second, Escobar takes first, Gomez stays at third, and the bases are juiced with nobody out, and pitching coach Ben Moore is going to trot out to have a talk with Gabe Perez. Perez has to work through this jam here. He's got to minimize the damage of the 2 runs already across the board. And now our home plate umpire, Matt Herrera. Will come out to the mound and break this meeting up. But Escobar looks to be fine as he's walking down to first. Long meeting. And now players will go back to their positions. Now stepping in will be the lefty. Will be Mark Kruger. Kruger flew out to left in his first at-bat on the season, batting .288 with a home run and 14 RBIs. He swung on and missed at the first pitch, which was down low in the dirt. And the key to beating the Joplers is to be leading after 6 innings. They are 4-33 when they are trailing after 6. 18-4 when leading after 6. As that 0-1 misses outside, 1-1 the count. And the numbers steadily decrease when you go to the 7th inning and 8th inning. So if you can get to the Blasters before the 6th inning, you got a good chance to win the game. Fouled off the 1-1 behind us, 1-2 the count. When they've scored first, they're 13-5. So scoring first for the Blasters doesn't really mean they will lock it down and come away with the W. The 1-2 inside, 2-2 the count. The 2-2 hit. A little bloop shot, but right to J.D. Pulford, didn't have to move. And that'll be caught for out number 1, and the bases will remain loaded.
Now batting for the Blasters is center fielder number 4, K.C. Huth.
And now K.C. Huth will dig in. Huth with the double in the 2nd inning has reached base in 9 straight games. He's one of the rookies on the team that James mentioned. He's in his first season from West Virginia, a Mountaineer. It's called strike. Gotta wonder if the Mountaineer had some fun with some couches in Morgantown. And he was named All Big 12 tournament earlier this season. That's played in Oklahoma City. The 0-1 called strike, so Huth down in the count. 0-2, bases loaded, 1 out. Blasters already have 2 runs across, and they lead 3-1 in the top half of the 3rd inning. Sean Smith, the number 8 hitter on deck, and the 0-2 from Perez is hit high into right field. Phipps under it, coming in now. Phipps makes the play. He'll make the throw at home, and that play the plate. He got him! You should not run on Dennis Phipps. Word should be around the league, and Phipps throws out Gomez at the plate. And boy, what a double play there to only limit the damage to 2, as you see on the replay. Great plate block by Zane Chavez. Got the tag in on the left shoulder, and that was it. So double play, 9-2. And we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lemurs trailing 3-1.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill. Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, Lemurs look to answer. The 2 runs the Blasters tacked on, and they lead 3-1. And the first game of the 4-game series between the Lemurs and the Blasters. Up now for the Lemurs is the number 9 hitter, Jesus Poso. The righty first baseman looks at a called strike at the knees. Poso, 269 average with 7 home runs and 35 RBIs for the Panda. The lefty, Luis Gonzalez, delivers one in, and that's swung on and missed by Poso. Poso's hit lefties great this year, 333 with 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. He just stays alive, send ones off the fence of the Lemurs dugout. When James, is this Poso edition of the neon pink shooter sleeve, is this a new addition to the repertoire?
Yeah, I think he used it the last game against Wichita, I think was when he first... Because I commented on it, and it was in that Wichita series, so just the last game or 2 he's been using it.
The 0-2 high and away, so a new addition. The 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. The last time the Lemurs took the field was on Sunday, All-Star break, 3 days off for the teams to refresh their batteries. The 2-2 Poso hits one into center field, but right at Huth, who comes in and makes the play. So 1 out, and we'll flip it to the top of the order. Drew Martinez stepping in. He grounded out to the second baseman, Glasser, to lead off the bottom half of the first inning for the Lemurs. First pitch from the lefty to the lefty is a called strike. Looked like a curveball that found the middle of the plate. One misses high, 1-1 the count. You gotta wonder if the starting pitcher, Luis Gonzalez, gets tired of hearing, you know what I'm going to say, the 1-1 fouled off right behind us. He's like, oh, you play baseball, Luis Gonzalez? Any relation? Or how many times do you think he's been compared to the Arizona Diamondbacks, Luis Gonzalez? The wind-up, the 1-2. Cue shot over to the third baseman, Chavez. Throw over to first and gets Martinez by a half a step, if that. Martinez asking Nick McFarland, the first base umpire. The whole bench thought he was safe. Must have just got him by an inch. So 2 quick outs. In the bottom of the third inning, Leandro Castro struck out in the first inning. He'll dig into the right-hander's batter's box. First pitch to Castro. Castro misses high. This is game number 70 for the Lemurs. The 1-0. Outside, so 2-0 the count. They'll have 29 more after this affair, 100-game season. That 2-0 misses high and away, so 3-0 the count. You know, Gonzalez doesn't want to issue a 2-out walk here. He'll have to battle back if he wants to get Castro, and Castro taking all the way, just looks at that one for a called strike. The 3-1 popped up to the first baseman, Valentin. He moves to his right, and he will make the play. So 3 up, 3 down for the Lemurs. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Joplin leading Laredo 3-1.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B. Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with
Back here at Uni-Trade Stadium, First pitch to the number 8 hitter, Sean Smith. A bunt fouled back for strike 1. New pitcher is the Mississippi State Bulldog, Luis Poliorena. He comes into the season with a 3.3-1 record, a 2.86 ERA. Pitched in 12 games, so this will be appearance number 13 as the 0-1 fouled off. To the right, 0-2 the count. 1 start, has 2 saves, pitched 22 innings, 16 strikeouts, 4 walks, 14 hits. His last outing was July 29th against Wichita, when 2 shutout innings and struck out 2. Smith hits one to left field, diving, coming on is Castro and makes the catch. What a play by Leandro Castro in left field. You'll see here on the replay, coming on, diving to make it. Full extension. What a play. A lot of good defensive plays here to keep the Lemurs within striking distance. It's only the 4th inning.
Yeah, the corner outfielders flashing the defense out there. You have the leather by Castro and then the arm last inning by Phipps.
Alex Polston, 0 for 1 with the strikeout, looks at a first pitch ball. The July 29th outings ended a streak of 4 consecutive appearances where Poliorena allowed a run. The 1-0 misses outside, 2-0 the count, so he got back to his normal form on the season. That one skied high in foul territory right behind home plate. Chavez chasing after it, and that falls into the first row of seats. So that will close the book on Gabe Perez. Perez pitched 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them which were earned. 1 walk and struck out 1, and he struck out Polston, who is the hitter, wearing number 51. That one's down and away, 3-1 the count. And Polston hits one into center field. Martinez going to his right, reaches up and shoulder high, makes the catch. So 2 fly outs.
Next up to the Blasterds is second baseman number 22, Mitch Glasser.
And now the leadoff hitter, Mitch Glasser, will have his 3rd at bat. We're already in the top of the 4th inning. Glasser reached base both times on a walk and hit by pitch. And he came around to score both times. Looks at a called strike at the knees inside. Poliorena working on the 3rd base side of the rubber, out of the windup. The side armor comes in, and that one's popped up, headed towards the dugout, and just lands in the dugout. Poliorena, Chavez, and Poso all running in a dead sprint to it. Count now 0-2 to Glasser. The 0-2 outside, 1-2. And now the 1-2 fouled off, back to the screen. Count remains 1-2. Sun setting here in Laredo. Not a cloud in the sky, and really not a hazy day. As the fans applaud, as a fan must have made a nice catch on the ricochet off the top of the suites. And the 1-2 bounced in, so that count now will be 2-2. With 2 outs, nobody on. It's fairly pleasant outside, not a breeze, but today it didn't seem as hot as usual. The 2-2 fisted down the first base line, foul. So count remains 2-2 as Glasser fighting off multiple 2-strike pitches and staying alive. Now the 2-2 from Polarino inside. Glasser to kick his back foot back and to avoid the pitch, so count will now be full. Glasser worked a full pitch count to lead off the third inning, and that ended up in a walk, which he came around to score, so you don't want to issue a 2-out walk. Same thing happened to Castro. The 3-2 hit on a one-hopper to Valera. Tapped his glove. High throw. Poso jumping and making the catch and ended up back on the bag to make the play. So 3 up, 3 down, but some good defensive plays for the Lemurs, and they go to the bottom half of the fourth inning, trailing 3-1.
Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a
Bottom half of the fourth inning, the DH tonight, Ty Morrison, pulls back a bunt attempt, looks at ball 1. Morrison reached on a walk in the first inning. Morrison batting .295. He hits one to left field, sinking liner which drops for a base hit. Morrison for the gets on with a single. Second inning tonight. The Lemurs that have the leadoff hitter on. Zane Chavez led off the second with the double, and he came around to score, so good omen so far. Now Dennis Phipps will dig in the All-Star. one of 7 Lemurs to make the All-Star game. First pitch to Phipps, swung on and hit to left center field. Going back, looking up, that ball's gone! Home run for Dennis Phipps, and it's tied at 3. 4 Phipps, home run. Number 14 and RBIs number 44 and 45. And that ball was a no doubt about it over the Popeyes and HEB sign in left center field. So Phipps having a big role on this one, getting the double play at the plate on the fly ball. In the third inning, when there was bases loaded, he gunned down Edwin Gomez to halt the bases loaded threat there, saving a run at least. And then here, hitting a home run to left field to tie this one up in the 4th inning. Zane Chavez looks at the 0-1, down low, 1-1. Now Luis Gonzalez, the lefty, out of the windup, throws one by Chavez. He had a big hack at that one and came up empty. The 1-2. Chavez reaches out for it, and that's going to fall, or pardon me, that's actually hold up by the wind, and Huth coming in. He makes the catch. 1 out. Looked like for a second as Chavez reached out that was going to fall in there, but it hung up. And Huth came on to make the catch. J.D. Pulfer 0 for 1, flew out to center in the second inning, his first at bat. Both times the leadoff hitters have been on. They have come around to score. 1-0 to Pulfer as the first pitch to him. Bounced in and drew some chalk from the batter's box. Vuvuzela is getting a lot of action tonight. The 1-0. Down and away, 2-0 the count. The 2-0. High and wide, 3-0 the count to Pulfer. That Phipps home run now brought him to a tie with Pulfer with RBIs at 45. And now the 3-0. Down and in, so a 4-pitch walk to J.D. Pulfer. And he looks to start a new rally. As Cesar Valera, the third baseman who had an RBI grubbed out in the second inning, will look to keep it going in the bottom of the 4th. If you look at the scoreboard, every inning, so the Blasters scored in the first and the third inning, 1 run and 2 runs. The Lemurs have scored 1 and 2 in the second and fourth. So it's kind of they're alternating what innings they are doing the scoring. First pitch to Valera. Outside, ball 1. The 1-0. Called strike. 1-1 to Valera. He drove in RBI number 28 back in the second inning. As Gonzalez out of the stretch. And now Dios Valera hits one. That's a blooper. Going out is the second baseman, Glasser. And he makes the catch, but then dropped it. And I think on the transfer dropped it as our umpire, Augusta, doing the duties in front of second base, made the play. So that's a pop out to Glasser. And then on the transfer, he dropped the ball. Pulfer stays at first. Rondon, also named to the All-Star team, will be up with 2 outs. Struck out in the second inning. Pulfer going on the pitch. Throw down to second. And he gets in. The tag was to the third base side of the bag, and Pulfer will be in with the stolen base. You could tell he was going. He shifted the way he was standing at first base. For Pulfer, stolen base number 7 on the season. And Gonzalez wasn't even thinking about it. You can also see Ryan Beckman kind of doing the, like, let's send him. And they sent him on the first pitch and still caught him off guard. Chopper back up the middle. Glasser going to his right. And he'll throw over to first and get Rondon. So they'll strand one runner on second in scoring position, but the Lemurs tie it up on a 2-run home run by Dennis Phipps. And we'll head to the top of the 5th inning, all tied at 3 here in Laredo.
Reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Top half of the 5th inning, and we'll send it over to James Nasser for the next 2 innings.
Thanks, Warren. At least kept the game tied for us here. We go to the 5th inning. Luis Poderena on the hill. He fires away at the knees. A called strike to Geraldo Valentin. Valentin today 1 for 2 with a run scored. Singled back in the 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch. Valentin's going to take a hack at it. Hit it high in the air. Right center. Coming in are both Phipps and Martinez. And Martinez calls Phipps off. Makes the catch for out number 1. 1 away, and Edwin Gomez to the plate. Gomez is 2 for 2 today. Reached on a bunt, and he singled. Well, 2 singles, but one of them was a bunt single. It was really intended to be a sac bunt, but it was such a good bunt, and the Lemurs were not quite positioned defensively to cover it, that it worked out for a hit. Righty versus lefty. Poderena, the lefty, with the first pitch to Gomez, taken for a strike, 0-1. Poderena came in last inning, there in the 4th inning, went 3 up, 3 down at the plate. Delivers the 0-1 pitch, taken just a bit outside, and the count 1-1. Poderena, one of those arms in the Lemurs staff, as the 1-1 pitch comes in, and Gomez will take on the outside corner, a called strike. 1-2. That can really go wherever. They can use him as a long reliever. They can use him as a setup guy. The 1-2 swing and a fly ball into right field. Phipps racing in now after moving a step or two to his left. Makes the catch. And there's quickly 2 outs. But Poirena also, we've seen him in some closing situations in the 9th inning. Come in sometimes as a lefty specialist. And last year was used as a starter and has started a game this year for the Lemurs. So really, Poirena, a guy who can really perform any duty in a pitching staff. Start, long relief, close, setup, left-handed specialist. Brandon Tierney to the plate. Tierney today 1 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. Takes a pitch down and in for a ball, 1-0. The right-handed batter versus left-handed pitcher here. So Poirena really showing off his versatility here since joining the Lemurs. There's a called strike as Tierney tried to check a swing. I think he did, but it was close, but it didn't matter. It was in the zone. 1-1. Infield shifted for Tierney, the right-hander, to Poole. As the 1-1 pitch is taken down and away. Pulfer playing to the left of the bag over there at second. 2 balls and a strike. And Boso playing off the bag at first by a good bit. 2-1 pitch, ground ball between Rondon and Pulfer there on that left side of the infield. So he still hits it into the shift, but somehow finds that hole. Tierney aboard with a 2-out single. After Poirena retired the first 5 straight batters, he can't put away the 6th. So that'll bring up Armindo Escobar. Escobar 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch today. Poirena sets in the pitch, swing, and a little slicer foul to the right side. And the count 0-1. But yeah, Poirena started the year in the Mexican League. Was a starter last year for the Lemurs for a while. And then joined the team here kind of middle of the season. And it's been good having him on the staff again. A guy that Pete Incaviglia trusts to put in really in any situation. And you got to have those guys. Especially with a lot of the other positions already nailed down in the pitching staff. Throw to first. And safe back standing is Tierney. A little close there. But Lemurs already had their closer with Jeff Inman. And the starting rotation when Poirena joined the team was pretty solid, but it's been kind of fluid lately. 0-1 pitch, ground ball left side. Rondon scoops it up, flips to second, and that'll end the inning. The 2-out grounder to short. All that gets a single here in the 5th, and the Lemurs will come to the plate, bottom half of the inning, trying to take a lead. It's tied 3-3, Blasters and Lemurs.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Jesus Poso leads off the inning for the Lemurs. Bottom of the 5th, the Panda. Batting in the 9 spot today. Manager Pete Incaviglia mixing things up with the lineup. After it seemed like he had found something to work for a while, the first pitch to Poso, taken just a bit outside, and the count 1-0. Lemurs for 7 straight games used the same lineup and scored, I think it was 61 runs combined in those 7 games with the same exact batting order. Pitch to Poso, swinging a foul up over the screen, 1-1. Poso today 0 for 1 with a fly out. And it was mainly on that road trip and then in a couple games against the Wingnuts in that last series. But the last game of the series against the Wingnuts mixed it up a little bit, and now this game mixing it up even more. Pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Still very similar, though. But he separated Pulfer and Poso even more. It had been that Pulfer-Poso combo there in the 7-8 spot for the Lemurs that had been so deadly. The pitch swinging, a line drive ripped back up the middle for a base hit. Poso hammered that ball through the infield, and a leadoff single for the Lemurs. We'll see if the Lemurs can keep their run going of getting leadoff men on base and bringing them in. As Warren stated earlier, the 2 times they've got leadoff runners aboard, well, they've both been hits. A double by Chavez in the 2nd and a single by Morrison in the 1st. They've ended up bringing them across to score. Drew Martinez, top of the order to the plate. He puts the bat a little bit around to square around, but never put it all the way out and let it go by for a ball low. Lemurs, Blasters tied at 3. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Third baseman playing in, expecting the bunt, but Martinez doesn't bunt. Pops it up foul to the left side and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Poso over at first base represents the go-ahead run. Lefty batter, lefty pitcher. Infield playing a double play depth here, and the pitch. Martinez squares around, and that ball hit him off the hand as he had squared around a bunt. It'll be a foul ball. It caught maybe a piece of the bat or the hand, and now Incaviglia and Jojo Villarreal going to come out. Jojo, the trainer for the Lemurs, and they're going to look at Martinez there. Boy, you get a 90-something mile-an-hour pitch off your finger. That's going to hurt. It's going to be something like a door jam. When you slam your finger in a door, either a heavy car door or a really heavy front door, you get a good slam on it. It's going to be somewhere around the feeling. I think Pete trying to say, hey, you should get a hit by pitch there as he was leaning out of the way. The bat wasn't in the zone. Matt Herrera, the home plate umpire tonight, talking to Pete. We'll see if they bring someone off the bench. I can see some movement in the dugout. Looks like Jimmy Norris is running to grab a helmet. So Norris could get a pinch hit opportunity here, but he'll be in a little bit of a hole, coming cold off the bench with a 1-2 count on him. So expect the moves to be Norris into the ball game for Martinez. And then shifting around a little bit, we'll probably put Pulfer at short, Norris at second, and Rondon in center. Those have been the moves the Lemurs typically do when Martinez has to come out or one of the other outfielders. Norris has been playing second base whenever he's entered the ball game for the Lemurs. Here lately. He gets loose out there quickly, throwing on his batting gloves, grabbing the donut onto the bat, getting loose.
Well, with Morrison being a DH, you might lose the DH here. And if you decide to put him into the field. So
yeah, you could do that, but I've seen Rondon play center.
I think he's going to get his outfield glove. You can see him running.
Yeah, he's done it.
He's run into the clubhouse, so I think that's what they'll do, yeah.
He's done it once in his career. That was up in Sioux City. He's done a couple things once in his career. That's
home run,
hit a home run, and play center field, and he did them both in Sioux City.
All right.
Jimmy Norris to the plate, and trust me, he looked pretty good in center field. Norris, with a 1-2 count on him, will swing at the first pitch, hit it up in the air down the left field line. Chasing it is Smith. He'll get down towards the edge where the bullpen is, and he won't come up with it. Norris given second life. Comes in pretty much an impossible situation. Not impossible, but a really, really tough one. Cold off the bench. He hasn't gotten to field. He hasn't gotten to hit, nothing. And not only does he have to have an at-bat, but he has to have an at-bat down 1-2 in the count. Norris up there aggressive. 1-2 pitch. Swings and fouls it away. Got a good way to get into an at-bat there. Foul off a couple of the first 2 pitches. Swinging the bat, see the pitch. See if he can straighten one out here. Overall in the season, Norris batting .111 with 2 runs batted in and no home runs yet. The rookie out of UT Dallas, the pitch swing and a foul back to the screen. Count still 1-2. Norris has at least seen 3 pitches. Made contact with them all. Not going down without a fight here in his first plate appearance of the ball game. 1-2 pitch. Norris swings, chops one down the left side towards the third baseman. Tierney, he throws to second for 1. The relay to first, not in time to get Norris. It'll be a fielder's choice. And there's now 1 out in the inning. And overall, fielder's choice, really not the worst thing, especially since Norris definitely has a lot more speed than Poso, so you'll take that over a strikeout or fly out. So 5-4, the put out of Poso, and Leandro Castro to the plate. Castro today 0 for 2, popped out and struck out today. On the pitch, Castro's going to swing to the first one and foul it away. 0-1.
Don't forget to return your ice bucket. If you see a staff member or volunteer, please return it. We'll give you a free family 4-pack for the next game.
Oh, 0-1 the count to Castro. He calls time. We're here in the bottom of the 5th. Lemurs and Blasters tied at 3. Blasters have 7 hits in the ball game. And Norris moving on the pitch, swinging a line drive towards the shortstop. Polston, he'll make the catch and then throw to first. That'll double up Norris as he had no shot. He was sliding into second as Polston made the catch on that line drive. And that'll end the inning. Lemurs see 3 batters come to the plate, have 1 pinch hitter in there, and we go to the top of the 6th, still tied 3-3 with the Blasters.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts: personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes.
All right, Mark Kruger to the plate to lead off the inning, top of the 6th. A bunch of defensive changes. I was a little off. I guessed as to where Rondon would go. Usui with the first pitch to Kruger. That's one of the many changes. Kamakani Usui in the ball game, as our feed's gone a little haywire here, as it does maybe once or twice a game. See if they can get it. There we go. 1-0 pitch, taken for a strike. So Usui is in the game to pitch, relieving Podorena of his duties. Podorena, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Nice work by Usui today. He gave up a 2-out single in the 5th, that's all. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. So Kamakani Usui in the pitch this season. Usui 2-2 with a 2.94 ERA, 31 appearances, all out of the pen, 30 2/3 innings pitched, 35 strikeouts, 13 walks on the year. 1-2 the count to Mark Kruger. He swings, hits one in the air into shallow center. Phipps racing in, will slide and come up with it for the out. Nice play by Dennis Phipps, and that's another one of those changes. 1 away. So defensively, with Martinez leaving the ball game, Jimmy Norris came in. He goes to second base. So sliding over from second to short is Pulfer. And then going from short to right is Rondon. And then from right to center is Phipps. So a new kind of right side, center, middle and right side there. First pitch to Casey Huff, taken high for ball 1. So you now have Pulfer at short, Norris at second, Phipps in center, and Rondon in right. Martinez, hopefully he's okay and will be able to play tomorrow. 1-0 pitch, swing and a foul back towards the screen. The count 1-1. Seen Phipps play. I think he's played one or 2 games in center field this season. Whenever Martinez got a day off. Actually, I think in that Sioux City series he might have gotten a game in center field. 1-1 delivery taken high. 2 balls and a strike. Usui into pitch now for the Lemurs, their 3rd pitcher of the night. He'll kick and deliver, and it's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Casey Huth. Huth, spelled H-U-T-H. 2-2 the count. Usui delivers. The break-even pitch taken up and in. Huth leans out of the way. Count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out and no one on. Top of the 6th, Lemurs Blasters tied at 3. Usui kicks and fires. 3-2 pitch, swing and a fly ball, shallow left, coming in, dropping almost to a knee out there was Castro. He makes the play. Boy, Lemurs outfielders, you have the throw by Phipps, the dive by Castro, really Phipps and Castro. You had Phipps's slide this inning. That ball wasn't an easy one. When you factor in the wind and how that ball was, I bet it was dancing around. I could see it with the swing and how it kind of came off the bat. It looked a little odd coming off the bat, like one of those sinking line drives in the outfield. And Castro, you could tell, he tried to not rush up on it too soon, but still managed to make the catch there, having to drop to a knee almost, knee about an inch off the ground. Still a good defensive play there, not an easy one. Sean Smith to the plate. Today is 0 for 2. And the first pitch to Smith, taken down and away. And the count 1-0. Usui from the stretch. First base side of the rubber, the 1-0 pitch. Tried to check his swing. He went through the zone. The count 1-1 to Sean Smith. That was pretty clear from here even. Chavez pointed out himself. He said, hey, he went through. And home plate umpire Matt Herrera agreed. 1-1 the count to Smith. Usui with the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Usui's last appearance. That came against Wichita on July 30th. He threw an inning in the third of shutout baseball. Had 3 strikeouts. Gave up 1 hit in that inning and a third. Pitched in one of those 3 Sioux Fall games and in a couple of St. Paul games as well. 1-2 the count to Smith. Usui looking for a strikeout in the pitch. Taken up a little high. So the count evens up 2-2. So far this inning, Usui's gotten a fly out to center and a fly out to left. Wind picking up out in left field as it blows out towards the corner. Lifting those flags up and almost tearing them off the flagpoles. 2-2 pitch. Smith swing and a miss. Strike 3. Usui 3 up, 3 down, and he puts the capitalization mark on it with a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Lemurs, Blasters tied at 3.
New smoky garlic chili chicken dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Ty Morrison leads off the inning for the Lemurs here in the 6th. Lefty versus lefty. Morrison versus Gonzalez. Gonzalez with the pitch. Morrison squares around, bunts it right down the third baseline, but it'll roll just foul. And Brandon Tierney will swipe it away while it's still in foul territory, not giving it a chance to come back fair. The count 0-1. Morrison, an excellent bunter. He tries to bunt for a base hit. If he can get it to go fair, he's almost always safe. And he's always putting it right down that line, so sometimes fair, sometimes foul. But he's got the speed, that's for sure. And the wind and fire 0-1 pitch. Morrison swings, hits one high in the air into left field, but getting a good read on it is Smith, as it wasn't hit too far away from him. Makes the play easily, and there's one away. That'll bring up Dennis Phipps. So Morrison, Phipps, Chavez, your first three batters this inning. Phipps today, 1 for 2. He has a 2-run home run. Those were the last runs that were scored tonight so far in this ballgame. Lemurs scored 2 in the fourth, both on the one swing from Phipps. As he digs into the box. Lemurs coming off one of their hottest months of the season. This in July. So Phipps digs in. Now he'll step back out, but Lemurs in July, they hit .301 with 29 home runs. They batted in 156 runs. And the pitch to Phipps, taken low for a ball. But the Lemurs struck out fewer times by 7, comparably to the previous month, June. 1-0 pitch to Phipps, taken for a strike, upper portion of the zone. So compared to their June numbers, which June was really the first full month of the season, we only played about 12 days in May. And a 1-1 taken for a ball, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Phipps in the dirt. But the Lemurs, they upped their batting average. They have been .268 in the month of June. They hit .301 in July. The walks were a little down, but they replaced those walks with hits as they increased their hit total. The walks lowered a bit. The strikeouts also lowered a bit, so that's a good thing. And they also stole more bags. Phipps with a swing and a miss. Count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Phipps. 1 out here in the 6th. And overall, so as a team, but even from the player standpoint, the Lemurs had 4 players who hit over 300 in the month of July. 3-2 pitch low, ball 4. Phipps will take his base. And had 7 players batting over 290. So when 7 of your regular hitters are hitting over 290, you're going to be hitting pretty well. And the worst of the Lemurs players who got significant playing time, the worst batting average was actually Zane Chavez. And he was hitting .248 in the month of July. Hitting .259 overall this season coming into today. So far today, though, 1 for 2, so starting off the month of August well with a double in his first at-bat tonight. First pitch, Chavez taking outside, 1-0. Lefty versus lefty. One of the surprising stats that I had seen the other day was Chavez actually hitting lefties this season better than he's hitting righties. 1-0, actually a throw to first. Phipps back standing though. So hopefully things keep either improving or at least staying status quo for the Lemurs there at the plate in the month of August as they were in July. There's a swing and a miss. Might have gotten a piece of it. Tipped off the glove though and dropped to the ground. Either way. And it's still a strike. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul back to the screen. Phipps was moving on the pitch. And the count now 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch taken down and away. And Phipps moving as the ball kind of was in the dirt. And the catcher, Escobar, fell on it. Phipps had taken a big lead, had a little delayed steal, and got there safely. See how they ruled that? I don't really think it's a wild pitch. Phipps has been doing these delayed steals lately. It's been interesting to watch as he waits until those infielders and catcher relax, and then he takes off. He's been getting safe most of the time. 2-2 pitch, taken outside. Count now full, 3-2. Phipps now at second base with just one out in the inning. Full count to Chavez here. Goes in for a steal for Phipps. Chavez swings the payoff pitch, fouls it away out of play, left side. And for Phipps, that'll be stolen bag number 13 on the year. 13 steals. He's only been caught stealing twice. And that breaks him out of the tie with Alvaro Rondon, who also has been caught stealing twice and had 12 steals coming into today. So they're no longer tied for second on the team in steals. The pitch swing and a little blooper into shallow left center. That ball, actually medium depth left center, is going to fall. Phipps was already running on the pitch and will score from second. The Lemurs have a lead. They're up by a score of 4-3 over the Blasters. RBI single by Zane Chavez. Dropped it down into left center. A little flare that carried a little further than I thought. He just found a big, wide space there in the outfield. And J.D. Pulford to the plate. But first, Gabe Suarez is going to come out of the dugout and have a little conversation with his starting pitcher, Luis Gonzalez. We'll see if he stays in the game. So Lemurs take their first lead of the game. Previously, the Lemurs had only been able to tie it. Blasters scored one in the first. Lemurs answered in the second. Joplin scored two in the third. Lemurs again answered. It was in the fourth inning with two of their own. And now here in the bottom of the sixth, the Lemurs put another one up, and they're still at the plate with one out. Runner on first and Pulford to the plate. Matt Herrera is going to break up the mound conversation out there. So Suarez leaving Gonzalez in the ball game. And Escobar and Gonzalez going to go back to work behind the plate and on the mound respectively, as they figure out what to do here with J.D. Pulford. Wind still blowing out to left. Chavez going to get a lead over at first. Pulford today 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch to him. He's going to swing at it, bounce it down the third baseline, foul. 0-1. Pulford flew out to center field his first time up. Walked on 4 pitches his last time, so a little more eager here than last time where he took 4 straight. They're swinging at the first pitch. Chavez at first. Pulford over the last 10 games for the Lemurs. Been one of the best hitters. 0-1 pitch. He's going to swing and hit one in the air into left center. Coming over is Smith on the run. Will make the catch as he's slowed up on the approach. And there's 2 away on the inning. Pulford over those last 10 games, hitting .378, which is second best on the team. Led the team in runs batted in, though, in that time frame with 16, and was tied for second in home runs in the last 10 games with 3. Cesar Valera to the plate. Valera 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI. 2 outs, runner at first. Chavez getting a lead. He's off and moving with the pitch. It's high for a ball. The throw to second is not in time to get Chavez. Zane Chavez with a stolen bag here, as that will be his second of the season. He had previously been caught stealing once and had one stolen bag. So 1-0 now the count to Valera with a runner at second base, scoring position with 2 outs after the Chavez steal. Chavez with a big lead at second, and the 1-0 pitch fouled away. 1-1. Chavez, by the way, in case you were wondering how many steals he had last year, in 80 games with Grand Prairie, he had 2 steals and was caught stealing once. So he's now, in his time with the Lemurs here, 41 games. This will be game number 41 for him. He's matched his stolen base numbers from last season in 80 games. A swing and a miss in the count 1-2. Over his entire career, Chavez with a total of 7 steals. Four have been in the last 2 years. Sorry, 8 steals now, with 4 being in the last 2 years. 1-2 pitch taken outside. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Valera, with Zane Chavez still standing at second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Lemurs up 4-3 over the Blasters. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But the damage done. Lemurs have taken the lead. And we go to the top of the 7th. Laredo leading Joplin 4-3.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, new pitcher in the ball game. Danny Reynolds in for the Lemurs, the new right-hander, and here to tell you about it and take you through the rest of the 7th is Warren Shore.
The righty, 6 foot, 185 pounds, and is on the hill, making his third appearance for the Lemurs. He pitched on Sunday, July 31st, the last time the Lemurs were in action. He pitched an inning and a third of shutout ball, walked one, struck out 3. And in his debut on July 29th, he pitched an inning, 2 strikeouts, didn't allow anyone on base. First pitch to the number 9 hitter, Alex Polston, is a called strike at the knees. Coming in at 95 mile an hour from the righty, Reynolds, who staggers his feet right in front of each other before he works out of the windup, and the 0-1 is fouled back to the screen. 0-2 Reynolds, formerly in the Anaheim, or the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim organization, was one of their top 20 prospects at the end of the 2014 season. So highly touted out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Out of the windup now, the 0-2 fastball, high chopper. He'll field it off the mound. Gloves, throws, and it will rattle out of Posto's glove and hit Polston, and that should be ruled an infield single. As that one looked like it went out right off the plate, and Reynolds had to make a tough play on that one. So the leadoff man gets aboard. That's the Blasters' 8th hit of the evening. And now they'll shift the lineup, turn it over. Mitch Glasser, the leadoff hitter, he's reached base twice via a walk and a hit by pitch. The hit and run was on as Polston was taking off at first. That one fouled off right at the screen. But how many balls get hit to the screen? It's amazing. Up until about 2003, 2004, the screens weren't in Major League Baseball or minor league baseball stadiums, maybe even later. Go back and watch some late videos in the 90s, early 2000s. The players are just running out of the dugout, no screens. You definitely had to be on high alert back then, but someone was smart and decided to add the screens in, and it's really paid off. The 0-1 bunt popped up right to Posto coming in. He'll make the play. So a failed sacrifice bunt by Mitch Glasser will gift the Lemurs out here in the top of the 7th inning, and they lead 4-3. Now Geraldo Valentin, 1 for 3, which goes along with his average on the season, batting .333. So right in lockstep as a pickoff throw to Polston at first. He dives back safely. Now he'll pitch out of the stretch, third base side of the rubber, pardon me. Now comes set. Another pickoff throw, standing this time. Polston scores around the American Association. Let's start off with other South Division action. Bottom of the first inning in Lincoln had a rain delay. Scoreless between the Wingnuts of Wichita and Lincoln Salt Dogs. So that one just underway after about a 2-hour and 10-minute rain delay. Runner going. Pitch comes in low. Throw down. And sliding in head first safely is Polston for a stolen base. That got a good jump, and that throw from Chavez was down the third base side of the bag. For Polston, second stolen base on the campaign. And now the 1-0 pitch. Called strike, 1-1. The Texas Airhogs, who are aboard the struggle bus, are continuing to struggle. They trail 8-1 in the top of the 6th inning against the Sioux Falls Canaries. Canaries tied for the least amount of wins in the American Association with these Joplin Blasters. The 1-1. Another chopper. Pulfer barehand throw to first. Gets him in time as Pulfer called off Norris. That ball was fielded right at the cut of the grass in front of the second base bag. Nice play by Pulfer on the charge, barehand and throw. Moving up to third will be Polston, so they have a runner on third. Their number 3 hitter, Edwin Gomez, who's 1 for 3 on the day, single and a stolen base in the first inning. The Winnipeg Gold Eyes, who currently lead the wild card, are winning 3-0 against Gary South Shore Railcats. They have a 2-game lead on the Lemurs in the wild card standings. First pitch to Gomez. That's fouled out of play to the left. 0-1. St. Paul is leading Fargo Moorhead Redhawks 7-4. Bottom of the 6th inning. And if I didn't mention the inning, and in Gary, it's top of the 7th. The Gold Eyes 3-0. And then Kansas City and Sioux City are in the top of the 8th inning, and in Sioux City, the Explorers lead the T-Bones 8-1. So with the full slate of action, and here in Laredo, the Lemurs hold a 1-run lead, 4-3, as the 0-1 swung on at the high fastball at 97 miles an hour. Gomez was late on it, so 0-2 the count. Danny Reynolds trying to work around the leadoff single to the number 9 hitter, Alex Polston. And they have to maintain ground with Winnipeg in the wild card. They're 6 back in the division. 6.5 back in the division. The 0-2 outside. So right now, Winnipeg the only team in striking distance, and they don't want to fall behind the Gold Eyes. They won't face the Gold Eyes again. So the only time they faced them was that opening series. The first weekend, for the first 7-game homestand of the season. It was the second series they played after the 4-gamer against Fargo. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Reynolds sends them down back to the dugout to end the inning. It's stretch time here in Laredo with the Lemurs leading the Blasters 4-3.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill. Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Bottom half of the 7th inning. Lemurs lead 4-3. Alvaro Rondon looks at ball one. New pitcher and making his professional baseball debut as Mario Morales, the right-hander, working quickly. That one's outside, 2-0. Morales pitched at NAIA Campbellsville, and he helped lead the team to a top 20 national ranking in NAIA baseball. Rondon chops one over to Glasser coming in. Glasser gloves, throws. Rondon is retired. 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Morales actually was signed today by the Blasters. And now the number 9 hitter, Jesus Poso, 1 for 2 on the day. He'll bat. Poso checked his swing at the 0-1. That's a called strike. Going to. And he fouls off the 0-2. Poso fouls off again, the 0-2. Out of play, actually out of the stadium. The 0-2 Poso hits one high into right field. Coming on is Krieger, and going back was Glasser. Glasser sliding to his back, and that's going to fall. Almost in like the Bermuda Triangle, so Poso will be on with a base hit, his second of the evening.
Up next for the Lemurs is shortstop, number 14, Jimmy Norris.
In 2015, Morales had a record of 4-3 in 15 games with an ERA of 2.33. And the updated bio on the Campbellsville Tigers website just says this season at CU, Mario Morales is entering his second season and senior season on the field. No stats. And now Jimmy Norris replacing Drew Martinez. Norris looks at the 1-1 inside. Norris actually grounded into a fielder's choice. The 2-1 from the U is outside, so the count level at 2. Morales, right at 6 foot, 190 pounds from Riverside, California. Norris grounds one past a diving Chavez, or past a diving third baseman who is Brandon Tierney for a base hit for Jimmy Norris, and Poso up to second base. So runners on first and second for the number 2 hitter, Leandro Castro. First pitch to Castro, curveball misses wide. 1-0 the count. Castro was the victim of some bad luck in the 5th inning. And he swings through that 1-0 pitch, 1-1 the count. Hit a hard line drive to Polston over at shortstop. And Jimmy Norris was running on the play, and Norris got doubled up at first, but really nothing Norris could do there. And the 1-1 to Castro. Ahead of that off-speed pitch, he's down in the count 1-2. And now Morales will come set the righty. Set at the letters, and Castor hits one high down the left field line. That one will go out of play by the playground. Count will remain 1-2. Castro hits the 1-2 sky high in the air, right in the infield. Glasser, the second baseman, has it, and he'll make the play. So Castro popped out. Second time he's popped one out to an infielder today, and now Ty Morrison.
Next up for the Lemurs,
1 for 2 with a walk. Will step up. Morrison also came around to score in the 4th inning after his leadoff single. The lefty awaits the first pitch. That one's high and wide. As there's 2 outs, runners on first and second. That means there's a runner in scoring position. And Ty Morrison with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position this season. Batting .237 with 12 RBIs. Looks at the 1-0, called strike, 1-1. He looks to give the Lemurs some insurance runs as they lead 4-3. Bottom half of the 7th, the 1-1 outside, 2-1. Morrison sends one towards Ryan Beckman, the first base coach. That one sounded like it broke his bat, and he's going to have to go get a new piece of lumber. Beckman able to dance away at that one. He's been doing the first base coaching duties for a while now. The count level at 2. Morrison applying some pine tar for some grip to the handle of the bat. He's got a new weapon to go at this 2-2 pitch. And now he will await the 2-2 with 2 outs. 2 on. Bottom of the 7th. That one's way outside. Full count. So traveling time on the base path, something in the gap might be able to score Norris from first. A single should probably score Poso from second. The 3-2 runners going. That one's lined right to the first baseman, Valentin, who just sticks out his glove and makes the catch. So a hot line drive down the first base line, caught by Geraldo Valentin. Now we'll end the inning. And we'll head to the top of the 8th inning. The Lemurs leading 4-3.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details. details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to
Top of the 8th inning, so we'll send it back over to James Nasser, who will take you through the rest of the game.
Thanks, Warren. New pitcher in the game for the Lemurs. It's Luis De La Cruz. Tall right-hander for Laredo. De La Cruz this season out of the bullpen has appeared in 30 games, is 1-1 with a 2.88 ERA, has 1 save on the year, and has thrown 34 1/3 innings with 21 walks and 28 strikeouts. First pitch to Brendan Tierney's popped up to the second baseman, Jimmy Norris. There's out number 1. De La Cruz actually threw in the All-Star game. Now, he wasn't one of those players named to the All-Star game. Well, there's a few players who dropped out and decided they didn't want to go or couldn't go for one reason or another. First pitch taken for a strike to Hermindo Escobar. 0-1. Escobar today 0 for 2 with a walk, or actually a hit by pitch. But De La Cruz was then selected to replace some of those guys, so he got to go up to St. Paul. 0-1 pitch in the dirt. And the count 1-1. I was looking up some of the numbers of some of the Lemurs who have been picked up this year into affiliated ball. 1-1 pitch, swing and a grounder, left side. Valera's going to charge over, make the play, throw to first on the money, 2 outs. Travis Danker continuing to tear it up at the plate for Mobile. Had a 3 for 4 day yesterday for the Bay Bears. Overall hitting .313 with 8 home runs, 21 runs batted in 42 games. They're at AA Mobile. So Danker doing very well. Matt Sergey at one point was put on the disabled list, but he's since been taken off and has pitched a couple times, one side of the bullpen, one side of and one start. Right now 1-0 with a 4.24 ERA, 4 appearances, 3 starts. First pitch to Mark Kruger, a strike. Count 0-1. Kruger today 0 for 3. And then Kyle Winkler actually has been sent back down to AA. Pitch missing for a ball and count 1-1. Winkler had actually at first been assigned to AA and then was sent up to AAA, but really was only there for a few days before being sent back down to Double-A. Pitched in one game at Triple-A. And gave up a couple runs. But at Double-A this year, Winkler 0-1 with a 2.35 ERA for Double-A Montgomery. 2-1 the count to Mark Kruger. And the pitch from De La Cruz swung on and fouled off the handle towards the third base dugout. Count evens up 2-2. So Lemurs having some success, those who have been picked up in affiliated ball. Both Dinker and Winkler dominating Double-A. And, well, Sergey's in a tough league to pitch in, that's for sure. California League ball just flies out there, and getting his first taste of affiliated baseball. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off of Chavez back to the screen, and the count stays 2-2. But still, Sergey not doing bad, that's for sure. He'll still has time to show off his abilities, that's for certain. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. De La Cruz. 3 up, 3 down here in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the inning. Still Lemurs leading 4-3 over the Blasters.
Stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Dennis Phipps leads off the inning for the Lemurs. New pitcher on the mound for the Blasters, and his first pitch to Phipps is a called strike, 0-1. New pitcher is Robbie Romero. He replaces Mario Morales, so we're sticking with the alliteration here. Phipps swings at the second pitch, grounds it down the third baseline. Backhanded by Tierney, he throws low to first, but picking it out is Valentin, and there's out number 1. Phipps talking to the first base umpire. Don't know what it could be about, but doesn't seem to be complaining or anything. Just having a little conversation. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Zane Chavez to the plate. Lemurs leading 4-3. Chavez today, 2 for 3. And with an RBI and a run scored. Looking to improve upon that here. Already having a good game. Want to know the count? The first pitch missed, and the pitch from Romero down and into the dirt, in fact, 2-0. Romero this season is 0-2. He's pitched in 11 games, all out of the pen for the Blasters. 0-2 with a 6.06 ERA, 16 1/3 innings pitched on the year. And the 2-0 delivery taken up high. So the count 3-0. Robbie Romero, 6 foot, 205 pounds. Pitch called a strike. From Santa Fe, New Mexico. Went to Oklahoma City University. 3 balls and a strike. The count to Chavez. Romero with the pitch. Swinging a grounder down the first baseline. It's just fair, but it's grabbed by Valentin, and he'll take it to the bag. And there's now 2 away. Lemurs, well, they'll go to the bullpen, my guess is, once more in the top of the 9th. Try to close out the game and get the win. 2 outs here, no one on. J.D. Pulfer. Although the Lemurs would still like to add a run or two if they can. Of course, all it takes is one swing to add a run. If it's the right swing at the right pitch. Pulfer today. Still in search of his first hit. He swings at the first pitch and hits a little flare in a shallow right. Running out is Glasser, and he somehow just makes the catch. Pulfer throws his helmet down in frustration, as that ball just wouldn't drop. I thought it was going to, but 3 up, 3 down for Romero. We go to the top of the 9th. Lemurs trying to close out this ball game here when we come back, as they lead 4-3 over the Blasters.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit Hot Dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito Hamburger and Cabrito Hot Dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Well, Laredo's going with the closer, Jeff Inman, in the pitch for the Lemurs. Inman, another one of those all-stars. As the first batter he'll face off against is Casey Huth. Pitch to Huth, taken down and away.
Leading off for the Blasterds is center fielder number 4, Casey Huff.
Huth today is 1 for 3. He hit a ground rule double in the second inning, but was stranded there. That was with 1 out. 1-0 the count. Huth with a swing and a miss. Tried to hold up, but he couldn't. That's for sure. And the count 1-1. Inman this season, though, with the Lemurs, has a team leading 7 saves. He's 2 and 3. With a 3.28 ERA, 35 2/3 innings pitched, and 31 outings, all out of the pen. 14 walks, 28 strikeouts. A pitch taken, called a strike. And the count 1-2 to Huth. Inman, the 6'3" right-hander from Stanford. Pitched in the Pirates organization. 1-2 pitch, blocked. And the count 2-2. He pitched in that All-Star game I mentioned. He threw 2/3 of an inning. He faced 2 batters, and he struck them both out. So he had a good showing there in the All-Star game, as limited as it was. 2-2 pitch, swing and a foul, back to the screen. Last time he pitched for the Lemurs, though, was July 31st. Threw an inning against Wichita in that 6-2 loss to the Wingnuts. The last game before the All-Star break. Gave up a hit, struck out a batter, faced 4 batters, though. Shutout inning in relief for Inman in that ball game. 2-2 pitch, swing and a bouncer down towards the third base dugout. The count stays 2-2. Two outings ago, though, Inman gave up 3 runs on 2 hits against Sioux Falls. He pitched earlier in the game, not in the late innings. In that ball game, it was a 12-8 victory against the Canaries. 2-2 pitch, swing, and a little bouncer at the plate to hit off the foot of Huth. Count stays 2-2. Actually, no. Inman did pitch the last inning of the game. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Inman strikes out Huth to start off the inning.
Next up for the Blasterds, the left fielder, number 1, Sean Smith.
And Sean Smith to the plate. For Lemurs pitching, that is strikeout number 5 overall tonight. And the Lemurs have used a number of pitchers here this evening. As Gabe Perez got the start, but it's been a while since we last saw him. He threw 3 innings. First pitch to Sean Smith is taken at the knees, a called strike, 0-1. Luis Podorena threw 2 innings. Kamakani Usui threw an inning. Danny Reynolds an inning. Luis De La Cruz an inning. And now Jeff Inman presumably will throw an inning, already a third of the way through. 0-1 count to Smith, who today's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He'll take the next pitch down and away a bit, and the count 1-1. So not a lot of strikeouts tonight for the Lemurs pitchers. But the relievers all have a strikeout. Well, the relievers who threw 1 inning. Luis Podorena did not get a strikeout. Pitch missing a little bit outside, and Chavez tried to frame it, but he didn't even catch it. He hit his glove and kind of dropped out and then rolled slowly between his legs. 2 balls and a strike, the count to Smith. No one on and 1 out. Lemurs up by 1. It's 4-3. Inman with the pitch. A check swing, and it's a called strike. Didn't even have to appeal because it was in the zone at the bottom outside edge. And the count evens up 2-2. On deck is Alex Polston. Inman gets the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Now a strike away from getting the 8th batter. The 2-2 in the dirt. Smith moved the bat a bit but didn't go through the zone, and the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, no one on. Lemurs tonight with 6 hits, Blasters with 8, and the Lemurs have committed an error. But the Lemurs, despite losing in the error column, losing in the hit column, are leading in the run column, and Smith will swing a miss. Inman with back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning. And there's 2 outs. Lemurs 1 out away from a victory here tonight in Game 1 of the 4-game series against the Blasters. Lemurs have had a lot of success this season against the Blasters. One reason to like the chances of playoffs. Of course, it's not a done deal. Nothing is, especially since the Lemurs don't have a lead right now in any category to get them into the playoffs. Trailing in both the division and the wild card, but just 2 games out of the wild card, and the Lemurs have a lot of games against Joplin still. 4 games here, 3 games up in Joplin. A lot of games against Texas, the Airhawks. First pitch to Alex Polston, a called strike, 0-1. Actually, Grayson Bogdan pinch hitting for Polston. Bogdan, right-handed hitter, will take a little bit low in the count 1-1, but Bogdan this season hitting .229. He's played in 9 games, made 8 starts. He has no home runs and 4 runs batted in. A total of 8 for 35 with 6 runs scored. 1-1 pitch. Bogdan takes low. The count 2-1. Season series, though, Lemurs have the edge, 7 games to 2 against the Blasters. Trying to go 10-2 against them. Fly ball, shallow left. This could be it. Castro comes in, makes the catch. Ball game over. Lemurs win here in Game 1 of this 4-game series against Joplin Blasters, and they open up the month of August with a victory. Final score 4-3. Lemurs take down the Blasters. We'll be back with your post-game show, including the on-field interview with Warren in a few moments here on the Lemurs Broadcast Network. Again, Lemurs beat the Blasters 4-3.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank.
Warren standing with our player of the game.
All right, Warren's down there with Jeff Inman.
Jeff Inman, pardon me, he locked it down here on the 9th inning, recorded the save, getting one coming out of the All-Star break. How nice was it to get the batteries recharged, the 3-day break?
Feels good. I got 2 days off, and then I'll get back out there and keep going.
You guys kind of got off to a little slow start, but the offense came back and the bullpen really locked it down here tonight. So as a group, you guys kind of talked to each other like, hey, we need to shut down to let our offense take over the game.
I got some crazy arms in that pen, so it doesn't really matter like who comes in what inning, like go around to the inning and that. I really work together and work team out there.
And finally, we got about 30 games left in the year. What do you got to do on this playoff push to try and find your way into the playoffs?
Just relax and just keep doing what we're doing. We're playing ball, so we should keep the ball rolling.
All right, thanks, Jeff. You got it, man.
All right, that'll do it here for us in Uni-Trade Stadium. Remember, Game 2 tomorrow night.
All right. Thanks, Jeff, for going down there with Warren, talking it out. Jeff gets the save tonight, his 8th save of the year, as the Lemurs pick up a victory 4-3 over the Blasters. Let's take a look at how things happened today. Blasters actually struck first tonight. They got a run in the top of the first as the leadoff batter of the ball game, Mitch Glasser, was hit by a pitch. He'd end up getting pushed around to second on a single by Edwin Gomez. Glasser would then steal third and be driven in on a fielder's choice off the bat of Brandon Tierney. The Lemurs, well, they would answer back. It would come in the second inning. After they got a 2-out walk of Morrison in the first, he'd be stranded at first. They get a leadoff double by Zane Chavez in the second inning. And, well, he'd score on a ground out off the bat of Cesar Valera, as Chavez moved up to third on a flyout by Pulford to center, and then Valera drove him in on a ground ball, in which Valera was put out on. So it was tied at 1 after 2. Third inning, though, well, the Lemurs allowed a couple runs, but they avoided the major bullet, as in the third inning, it was led off by a walk of Glasser, followed by a single by Valentin. Edwin Gomez then went to lay down a sac bunt. Valera came up, barehanding it, throwing to first. However, the way everyone was positioned with the sac bunt, no one was covering first. Pulford was trying to get there, but he was behind the bag and was late, or couldn't get there in time. And there was no one at first base, and the ball just went through where the first base, or where someone covering the bag should have been, and into the dugout. It was ruled a single, just because there was no one there to play the bag, but an error as well pushed runs around, or pushed advanced runners an extra base. So a run ended up coming across the score as Glasser would score on the throwing error. Valentin went to third base, and Gomez was at second. So you had runners on second and third. One run already scored. It was 2-1. No outs in the inning. Brandon Tierney would single, driving in a run, and the Blasters would have runners on the corners. Hermindo Escobar would be hit by a pitch, and the bases were loaded. No outs, bases loaded. But starting pitcher Gabe Perez got a pop out of Mark Kruger for out number 1. Then Casey Huth hit a fly ball to right field. Well, Dennis Phipps made the catch, and as Phipps has done many times this season, reared up and threw plateward a bullet on the money and gunned down Edwin Gomez, who was trying to tag from third and score at the plate, and that ended the inning. So Phipps keeping a run off the board with his throw to the plate, and it was just a 2-run lead, 3-1. The Lemurs answered back, and, well, it was the man with the arm who came through for the Lemurs in the fourth inning. Ty Morrison would get a single to lead things off, and then Dennis Phipps would hit a 2-run home run out to left field, and the Lemurs would tie it up in the third. No one would score until the bottom of the sixth. The Lemurs would get on the board with 1 out. Who else but Dennis Phipps would walk. He'd be pushed over would steal second, and then Zane Chavez would single. Phipps was actually moving on the pitch towards third, and Phipps would score on the RBI single from Zane Chavez, and the Lemurs took a 4-3 lead there in the bottom of the sixth. No one would score the rest of the way, and really the Blasters didn't have much going the rest of the way. In fact, the Lemurs retired the last 13 batters that the Blasters sent to the plate, and honestly, not just the last 13, but it was sorry, not last 13. I can't do math, but ever since the last out of the third, there you go, figured out. They only got 1 base runner, did the Joplin Blasters, and so the Blasters. So out of the last 20 batters, 19 outs. No Blasters could get on base after that third inning, and the Lemurs bullpen came in after that short outing by Gabe Perez today and really shut the door on the Blasters tonight. In fact, let's take a look at those numbers. First, for starting pitcher Gabe Perez, he went 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs all earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Luis Poyorena, 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, and no walks, no runs, no errors. Kamakani Usui, 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout. Actually, Danny Reynolds forgot he'd actually give up a hit as well, so he faced 4 batters, also got a strikeout, no runs. Luis De La Cruz and Jeff Inman each 3 up, 3 down innings. De La Cruz got 1 strikeout, Inman 2. So Lemurs tonight, that bullpen came in the 4th inning, and they went shutout combined, a combined shutout, 5 innings of work. So combined actually 6 innings of work for the Lemurs pen tonight with just 2 hits. For the Joplin Blasters, well, Luis Gonzalez got the start. He gave up 4 runs on 5 hits, walked 3, struck out 3 over 6 innings. Mario Morales threw an inning, gave up 2 hits, no runs, and no walks, no strikeouts. Robbie Romero, an inning pitched of shutout baseball. In fact, a 3-up, 3-down inning. And that was it for the Joplin Blasters. Your final numbers tonight are your wins and losses. Well, you get the win. It goes to Kamakani Usui. Improves to 3-2 on the year. Jeff Inman picked up his 8th save. And Luis Gonzalez now is 1-2 on the season for the Joplin Blasters. At the plate tonight for the Lemurs, big night from Dennis Phipps, as he was 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run. He drove in 2 runs. He also scored twice, so responsible for 3 of the Lemurs' 4 runs. Like I said, kept a run off the board defensively. Jesus Poso, 2 for 3 tonight. Zane Chavez, 2 for 4 with a run scored and a run batted in on the evening for the Lemurs. Take one last look around the American Association scoreboard here. Lincoln and Wichita, they had a delayed start due to rain. They're still playing top of the 4th. Lincoln leading Wichita 3-2. Sioux City right now top of the 9th, leading Kansas City 11-3. St. Paul up 7-6 in the bottom. Actually, they've won now. St. Paul's actually won. They beat Fargo by a score of 7-6. Top of the 8th in Sioux Falls, Canaries leading 10-2 over the Airhogs. And the bottom of the 8th in Gary. The Gary South Shore Railcats trailing the Winnipeg Goldeyes 5-3. Tomorrow, 7:05, first pitch between the Blasters and the Lemurs, game 2 of the 4-game series, as it'll be Santos Arias against Troy Marks tomorrow for the Friday night fireworks here at Uni-Trade Stadium. And hopefully the Lemurs can get the big win and at least guarantee themselves a draw of the series and go for the series win on Saturday. I'm James Nasser for my partner Warren Shore. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you all here, same time, same place, tomorrow. And Lemurs win 4-3 over the Blasters.